Hey guys, I'm Amy and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy! Would you go with me if we rolled down streets of fire? Would you hold on to me tighter as the summer sun got higher? And if you roll from town to town and never shut it down, would you go with me if we were lost in fields of clover? Would you walk even closer until the trip was over? And would it be okay if I didn't know the way? If I gave you my hand, would you take it and make me the happiest girl in the world? If I told you my heart couldn't beat one more minute. Oh my gosh, that's time to stop. Actually, I just wanted to sing, would you go with me? It's too low or too high. Doesn't matter. Hey guys, welcome to Belle's Bargains. My name is Amy, and I can't sing that song, but that's okay. We just had to sing something that had wood in it, and it did. Would you go with me? Because today is, what would you make? I should have sang that. What would you make me if I gave you craft stuff from Dollar Tree? Would you make me something pretty? Effingham, what would you make me? Huh? Hello, Effingham. Okay, Effingham, would you craft with me? That's what I should have done. I should have rewritten the words. All right, guys, today is a challenge day. I am part of the challenge that's called What Would You Make? And it is hosted by OK at Home DIY, Connie's Creative Creations, and the guest host this week the month is David Owen Creates. So these 3 wonderful creators will be linked in my description box, along with the playlist. Can you see him? Can you see him? With the playlist for everybody that's part of this collab. I'm so excited because I had so much fun doing this one, and I think I made some stuff that's really, really cool. So, would you come with me as we travel? Anyway, I do like that song. I just can't sing it. Sorry, guys. That was an awful song, but that's okay. You guys want to see what I made for you? Okay, I have to admit something. So when I started it, what I was first creating with, I realized it wasn't wood. It's a damn pressed MDF stuff. But then part of it is wood, so I was like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay. Listen, if you've never been here before, welcome, stick around. We have so much fun in my kitchen here with my cow Effingham, and we're always creating stuff. Yes, Effingham says hello. Okay, I'm getting ready to tell him. Why do you never let me finish? This channel is Dollar Tree, and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25. $1.25. That's right, Effingham. And so I get all of my supplies. Everything I used, everything you're going to see today in this video, it's all Dollar Tree. So, and why? Because I can't get addicted to any more than one store. It's an issue for me. So let me just pick up and show you guys what I made. Oh, so it ended up being like a little vignette. Is that the right word? I'm trying to get this part to stand before I pick it up. So I made this little vignette, and I'm super excited. I don't think I've seen anybody do this with this Dollar Tree stuff, and I did. Okay, look what I made. Can you guys see? Bah! Okay, let's go over it. Let's just go over it. Let's start with, I took the ladders that Dollar Tree just put out, not that long ago. Like, they've only been out for a very short time. And they are a ladder. I'm taking everything off it so I can show you. And it says like home on the back of it. And there's like a gray one, a wood one, and I think a white one. And so I bought some. I didn't get two that were the same color. Couldn't find two that were the same color. But I had two. And so I was like, totally, when I saw them, I was like, I want to deconstruct and do a little tier, like a tier shelf, right? Because this is like a little tier tray. Tier shelves, I guess. Anyway, the only thing is this one's crooked. Look, it sticks out further on this side. I'm not ripping it up right now. I'm just leaving it because you can't tell when it's all put together. Okay, so let me just talk about what I did here. So I took those two signs. I removed the home out of the back of them, right? Because they said home behind them. And took off the florals. There were little florals. Took off their hanger. And I painted them all up. I was really careful taking the stuff off of them. And they did come off pretty good. And then I painted them all up, and then I took wood planks. These are just wood planks that the Dollar Tree makes. I had to extend one slightly, so I used popsicle stick on the bottom. You'll see the thing. I painted everything sort of a gray, and then I used that amazing new ribbon, have it right here, this, on the shelves. Like, how cool is that? So the shelves are actually wood. The ladder's not so much. There's sort of that pressed MDF stuff, but it's okay. I used wood, and then this looks like birch, right? It looks like wood. I love how this went on the shelves, and it was so easy because all I did was use a glue stick, and then sanded off the edges. Okay, so I took off the words, painted the whole thing, painted my shelves, extended the one shelf, and put the paper on them, glued them down, took the hanger strings. So this was what was the hanger on the original ladder, and I used it, because you know I love to use everything that I take off of it, just to bind it right there at the top. So cute. And then I took the little sprigs that were on it, they stapled on their two little sprigs, and I took one of their little wood balls and I put it in there, and it looks like this little planter, right? So I used all the parts of that and then put it on my tier tray. So the next thing I made was this, I love this. So this is just one of those little boxes that they sell there. And obviously I was trying to make stuff that was gonna go on my tier tray. Okay, so wood, then I used a wood ball to put the leftover bits that came off of this on there. And I got a little wood chest. And so I just put stickers on it, you'll see. I took all of the stuff off that was really shiny and bright gold, and I threw it in a thing with black chalk paint, and then added stickers here. This was actually a book sticker, but I cut off the binding, and it looks really cool. And then what I do is just sort of, after I get everything on there, I use black chalk paint, and I just sort of age everything. So cute. This is so cute. I love this little chest. So there was that piece. I'm trying to remember where everything was on here. Okay, then I moved on to doing my elephant, I think was what, I'll save the elephant though. So then I had this, which was a cute, oh no, shoot. Amy, sometimes. Pause. I had a pile of wet paint sitting there from the crafting and stuck in it. Anyway, all right, so this was a tassel. It was a little thing that had a burgundy tassel on it, and it just had like these 3 beads actually on it. So I decided to redo it. So first of all, I painted all the sides, and I painted the back side, and then did some rub-ons, the brand new ones I just got. These rub-ons, can't see them here, can I? Yeah, these. I just used these. I just got these. And then I made a new tassel, which is just jute twine, but I frayed it, right? So I pulled it all out, so it was just bushier. And then all the beads that I just hauled yesterday on my craft haul, and I just added them on. So I put the original ones that came on it down here by the tassel, and then just because it pulled that color all the way through to the end, and then used the black and the natural beads and made this. I love it. It's 2-sided. I think it's super cute. So that went on my shelf. Well, while I had the beads out, that bag of beads, something came to me. I had pulled out a little bottle, a little glass bottle to use as part of my display on the tray. And so it worked out perfect. I poured all the leftover beads in there, and then just took those wood beads and added 3 onto what was already on this cute little jar. And now what a cute little decorative piece this is, right? So simple, but so high end. And that went on my shelf. And then I just added just the stuff that was on my shelf. I did just take one of the little succulents. I did nothing to it. I was just putting stuff on here just to decorate the tray. You'll see in the video. And the final thing that I made, which was obviously is wood, was the elephant. But you guys, oh my gosh. I collect elephants. For those of you that are new and don't know me, I collect elephants. And I love this. So this is one of the wood elephants. Let's talk about what I did. I took a purse, one of their faux leather purses, right? And I used that as my skin for my elephant. So what I did was I threw the elephant in the microwave for a minute. Too long, by the way. You don't need to do it. Like 30 seconds to get the glue loosened. Then I took him all apart. So I had 4 legs, I had 2 ears, and then I just had the body. Then I painted all of the edges on all of these parts. I painted all the edges. Then I used tacky glue and glued all my body parts down on the purse and used an X-Acto knife to cut them out. Obviously on the body, you have to do both sides. Everything else you just had to do one side, right? Then after I got it all together, then I took my gray sort of mixture and just went over it. And look, see the texture on him? Do you not love it? I'm in love with this. And I really was not careful. You'll notice how it's not like, that's kind of the look I was going for. I just wanted it just to be sort of just like, I don't know how to explain what I'm saying. But anyway, I love my elephant, and I made him. And he's wood, and he's got like elephant skin, all because I used one of the faux purses. Okay, that's what I made. I hope you guys love it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this because I have like no room anywhere for anything. Like I don't need any more crafts, but I'm gonna have to start like replacing things. Oops, I dropped the ball because, hold on, we gotta grab the ball. I want you to see it with everything on it. This is all Dollar Tree. Like this entire tray is Dollar Tree. So guys, just to show you, you can get some really cool things at the Dollar Tree. So this entire thing, and I think it's so cute. All right, what do you guys think? Yeah? What's your favorite piece? All right, now don't forget to please go check out the playlist. And thank you so much to the host and the co-host, who's a guy, which is, we're so few of the guy creators out there, but it's so nice to see them. And so make sure you check out that playlist. Make sure you tell them that Amy from Bella's Bargains sent you. Go support them. I hope you find another channel that you really love. One of the things I love about doing this channel is just discovering all these other channels. And then you discover new people and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's how it happens. Effingham, did you like my wood products today? Or crafts today? And which one was your favorite? Do you have a favorite, Effingham? I don't know. I don't know which one my favorite is, but I think it's I just dropped the ball again. I think it's I think it's the little shelves. I just think they're so cute. And the minute I saw those ladders, I was like, yes, I'm gonna make like a little miniature tier tray thing. Okay, that's it. Enjoy the rest of the video because you're gonna see how I made all that stuff. What would you make? This is what I made. All right, guys, so everybody have a great day, great week, a great life, and as always, from your singing crafty crafter, oh, FYI, all my besties, Snack and Sunday is probably not going to be up until tomorrow because I can only do, get one video up a day. So we're going to do it, but it's probably going to be tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm not sure. Anyway, it is coming out. All right, so maybe not, though. I don't know. All right, guys, have a great day, great week, a great life, and from your singing crafty crafter, happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. Now you can enjoy the rest of the video watching me make these. Thanks so much. Enjoy the playlist. And thanks again to the creators of this challenge. Bye, besties. a fairly new item, these ladders that say home. So I have these, and I have some planks. And I have some paint. And I am going to paint these. I can't decide if I'm going to paint them gray or paint them black, and then, I don't know. Anyway, but basically what I'm going to do is make a tier tray out of the 2 ladders. This isn't up high enough, but I'm going to go like this and use the planks as shelves on it. Super cute, right? Okay, but I have to deconstruct these first, so I've got to get the plants off them, the home off of them, which I hope all that comes off easy, and the strings, all that. So let's start deconstructing. Let's deconstruct. Just using my pliers there to get all these staples out. Of course, going to hold on to that rope because I know I'm going to use it, but it ripped a little end off there, so I just got my wood glue, and because it is what would you make day, so you got to use the wood glue and glued those little ends back on. Anyway, and then just started prying off the homes, which was fairly easy. These came off like very easy, actually. I was surprised. Thank goodness, because the MDF stuff is so weak if you ruin it. Anyway, I mean, if you destroy it at all, it just falls apart. Then I just was scraping off the extra like glue stuff, because of course I'm going to paint these, and I hardly had to do any sanding. There was a couple little brat things like nails without the heads on the 2 ends. Pulled those out and just cleaned them all up, sanded them down, and then started painting. So when I paint, I'm getting my plaques, my shelves out just to see. And then obviously, as you guys already know, I had to add to the 3rd shelf to make it longer. So I'm going to need 4. So I take a popsicle stick and just cut it, and then use wood glue to glue them together. And I didn't cut it off yet. I just let that dry. All right, and then the 2nd shelf is the one I'm not changing the length on, right? But the top shelf I shortened it, so they were 3 different lengths. The bottom one was the longest, then the middle one, and then the top one was the shortest. And so now I'm just going to mix up my paint. So I just do white and black, and I'm just getting a gray. I've talked to you guys before about this. I'm never super careful because I don't need it to be perfectly mixed, because I'm going to get natural variations in color that way. So it takes a little bit of time, so I don't make you watch me paint the whole thing. I just go back and paint in my shelves. Now I'm measuring for the 3rd one. Using my nail file, which was perfect because that showed the distance that I needed. Cut that off. By the way, the best way to cut those is just to score it and then snap and then sand. Now I just used the glue stick and glued down that paper and my nail file to sand off the edges, and that was it. Those shelves were like done. It's worked really well. There's like a fiber in this ribbon too, so on the sides it comes off easier than on the ends, because the ends you had to go cut through the fiber as you're sanding. Anyway, it just took a little bit longer on the ends than it did on the sides, but that's fine. Eventually get it all off, and I have my 3 shelves. First, I do a little highlighting, so I just take the black and just like the places where dust settles and it gets darker, and then just a little airbrushing on of some of the black, just to give it, again, just a little bit of dimension in that gray color on my ladders. Then, after I get done with that, I was really trying to figure out how I was going to join the 2, and that's when I came up with using the rope that is already, that came off the project. Oh, I'm putting my last piece of paper on the last shelf, the longest one. But I decided that I was trying to decide if I should put the tips together or a little space on the top. Ended up deciding together so that it looked like a ladder, right? And then using that leftover twine from the actual original signs to bind them together worked superbly, by the way, absolutely superbly. So I start by gluing on the bottom shelf, because that's going to give me the distance, because the bottom shelf isn't going to hang out at all, right? And so then that set it up for me. I just put a little glue on the end of that string so that and you twist it so it stays together, and then just glued on the back, wrapped it around, and then glued the end. Perfect, and it worked. And then I went to gluing on the rest of my shelves. So the middle one I got slightly off-centered on, but it's okay. I can still fix it. I just haven't yet. And there you go. I love the shelves.
I hope you guys like these as well. Oh yeah, and I did do a little airbrushing of the black just to give it, again, some extra dimension. But in the end, I absolutely love these.
So there's this little box, and anyway, I'm gonna dress it all up. But I don't really like the gold, so I was thinking about taking that off, or just painting it black. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do right now. I'll probably just paint it black. Anyway, so, and then I'm gonna use some of these really cool stickers, right? Like this one, I know it's a book, but I feel like I can cut that off and make it like the top of that. And I can put some, anyway, yeah, okay. Maybe some straps on it. I don't know, we'll see. Let's just go. I'm gonna start, and then it'll all come together.
First, we've got to try and paint those little hinges. And then in the end, it was so tedious, I gave up and I was like, what am I doing? So I just took them all off with my little screwdrivers. And then I threw them into one of those little disposable cups with lids, put some black paint in there, and then just shook them all around. This worked perfect. So I just shook. Shake. Anyway, it worked out perfectly. And then I went back to the box. I pulled those out, let them dry. And then I went back to the box and used furniture markers. So I pull out an oak furniture marker and I paint the bottom. But the color seems off. I'm like, what's wrong with this color? So then I go get another one, and it's a completely different color. So, I don't know. The one was marked wrong or something. So I just go ahead and furniture marker the entire box, all the sides, but I don't do the inside. I decided to leave the inside. Like if you ever open up a Hope chest and like the inside is lighter. So I totally left the inside, didn't do that. And then did the top, same thing. I do all the sides and just the lip part of the inside of the box and not all the way in. Okay, and then it's time to start to put it back together and do some embellishments. So I took a book sticker and I cut the binding part of it off, and then it looked like a really cool decorative piece. And I was just putting some paint along the edge so you don't see the white of the sticker, and put that on there. Love that. I thought that was a super good embellishment. And then I'm like, okay, I don't know where I'm going to put this other stuff. I think I need to put my hinges and stuff back on as I'm looking through this stuff. First I put 2 corners on, and then I like, should I put 2 more on? But I just wasn't sure. So I decided it was time to put this stuff back on there. So very carefully and tediously. I don't even know why I recorded this, because you guys didn't need to see me put these on. But I did. So maybe not all of it. I think I do though. Because you just get going, you're crafting, and you forget your camera's going. And I try to remember, like, you don't need to watch me paint all the shelves. You don't need to watch me paint all the whatever. You don't need to watch me put all these hinges on. But, so if I don't remember, it doesn't get shut off. Alright, so after, and then I could edit it out, but then by the time you put everything in, you're starting to do voiceovers. It's like, I'm not going back to edit that out. So you guys get to watch it. So then I just went ahead and finished with my stickers. I did put 2 on the side that sort of came down and looked like they're like leather straps, which worked great. Apparently I don't have my other hinge on yet, so I can put that on now too. And then I just took some, after I got everything on, I just took some that chalk paint and just did a little distressing. I love how this looks. I think it came out super cute, and it was the perfect size because I was trying to make things that were the perfect size for my ladder tier tray. So anyway, I hope you guys like this as well. So let's go to the next project. And my favorite thing is, of course, this elephant. So I told you, I put him in the microwave for 60 seconds. See how the wood is burned there? So you don't need to do 60 seconds. And then we could smell burnt wood. Anyway, so probably 30 seconds is enough. And then, because it just loosens up the glue so you can deconstruct the elephant. And then I just did a little sanding just to get the rest of the stuff off. And now I'm going to take basically gray. Gray was the color I was really using today. And I paint all the sides. So it's a little light here. I ended up going a little bit darker. I just decided that I wanted it to be a little bit darker gray. So just painting all of the edges. So that's on the body, on the legs, on the ears, everything. I paint all of those edges. And then after I get everything all painted up and I let it dry, then I've got to go to getting the skin attached to it. So I cut the purse apart. I didn't like use a seam ripper and take it apart carefully. I just cut into it. So I cut off the side seams and everything so that I could get to a nice flat piece. So that's what I'm doing here. So you could do it with using a seam ripper, but it's $1.25. If I need more of this, I'll buy another purse, right? I should do a comparison because I think you get more in a purse like this than you do on the roll of the faux leather stuff. So I just did tacky glue. I put a bunch on the one side of the elephant and then just paint brushed it on all over it, and then on my other parts. It's tedious, or it takes a little bit of time, but really not that difficult. Probably the hardest part is actually putting the elephant back together, just to make sure that you have all the bits in the right places. So I just laid it on the back side of this material, obviously, like my little puzzle pieces here. One thing, you guys, I did make sure I was laying the pieces all the same way so that it wouldn't have a different pattern direction, if that makes sense. Not that this one has really a direction, but just in case, you want to make sure you lay them all the same way. And then I just take my X-Acto knife and start trimming. Now, here's the thing. When this was like, when you're doing the X-Acto knife, this is wood. So it was cutting into my wood just a little bit. So occasionally, like I was, just taking little slivers of wood off of it. So I do have to go back and touch up my paint. And this was just be careful, like as you're doing it, so that you get, nice, clean, or as clean as you can. I snipped off the end of the tail, by the way. So then I had to add this little piece on because I snipped off the faux leather on the tail. Anyway, so it was just taking your time with this. I'm not sure I needed to show you me cutting them all out, but pretty sure I do. And then I just put a little piece back on the tail because I'd sliced in too far or something. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. And then I'm just going to cut the rest of them all out. And then I did the second side of the body. And I've already cut all the other stuff out. I did cut that out, thank goodness. And then, no, I didn't. I just glued that side so it could dry while I was cutting the rest of it out. Never mind. So I cut all the legs out and then the ears and and then I had to go back after I get everything cut out and repaint on the sides, just because, like I said, the X-Acto knife was every once in a while slicing a little piece of wood or a chunk out or something. So here's the second side of the elephant body. This was really cool. By the way, I could have left it just like this. I didn't have to put any color on, but this was like, it's almost like a tannish color. And so I did, of course, want to have like a gray elephant. So that's why I ended up sort of washing it in the paint after I get it all back together. So finish this up, and then I'm going to go around the sides with the gray to clean it all up. But this looks so cool. I mean, this looks so cool. It makes me want to do more. I'm sorry I'm off frame, you guys. I'm painting. Sometimes when I paint, I pull it in a little closer. But all I'm doing is just repainting the sides, just like that right there. Yep. And you still can't see it. Okay. And then I just started putting paint on the skin and like rubbing it off, which really finished this off. I loved it. And I wasn't being too careful. Like, I'm not like putting a perfect mixture on, and I'm just sort of going and rubbing it off. Okay, and then I go to do all the bits, and then I'm going to glue it all back together, and then we're just going to have this really cool elephant. On the legs, I did go a little bit darker on the bottom of the feet, because, like, where they would have their hoofs, or whatever you call their feet stuff. So I did do like a little bit darker on the ends of it. And then I just start gluing it all back together, And when I do glue it back together, I put one leg on, and then when I put the other leg on, I stood it up so I could make sure that I was going to build him so he could still stand, right? Because you don't want to have like an elephant that won't stand. And then just matching it when I put the other sides on. Okay, so then I realized that the back side of the legs don't have paint, so I painted them, and that's it. The elephant is all done. You guys, do you not love it? Do you have to tell me? Tell me. I feel like I could do some of the other animals they have. Like they have a giraffe there, I think, and I think I could do that too. That'd be pretty cool. All right, so there's my elephant. I need to name him too. Don't know what I should name him. Something. What do you guys think? What should we name him? All right. So this was really cute to begin with. It needed to be upscaled a little bit just because there's too much of that PDF press board stuff showing. All right. So back to the gray because that's all I was using today. And I paint the sides and I paint the back. I'm going to say this to you guys again, that when I paint, I do not mix my paints up super well. I like the natural little bits of another color showing through. And especially when I do the back of this, I really wanted it not marbleized, but anyway, not solid. So I just literally go, and there's all three, they're not three, but there's the black and the white are just coming in at different places. Then I purposely add more white in. And then I let that dry. So I'm gonna make a tassel for the other end of this. This is this tassel in fast speed. I've shown you guys how to make tassels before, and I just wind it around my fingers and then knot it all off. Okay, so this wasn't about teaching you how to make tassels on this video. So now I'm going to throw on the original 3 beads that were on there, down on that end, and then I just do a pattern. I do a small, a large, a small, and then a black, a small, a large, a small, and then a black. And I've wound the end of that with hot glue, so it's almost like a needle going through these beads. Super easy, and this is double thick on that jute twine as well. So interestingly enough, and it went through so nice. I love these beads. So after I get all that together, I have all these beads and I'm going to throw them back in the bag, and then I go, no, wait, I know what I'll do. I'll take out the big ones, I thought, and I'll put all the little ones in this jar. And then after I did that, I was like, no, I just put them all in the jar. And then I thought, wait, I'm just going to stick some little small, the itty bitty beads on the neck of this, and voila, it's like another wood craft, and it's really cute. So now I'm doing some sort of just aging with the black on the front of the sign, and then I'm cutting out my rub-ons. These are the ones I just bought, so just however you would want to put these on. I chose these because they had that slight little teal color in them, which matched the front and the one bead that's on the end of the tassel. And then you'll notice I put the sign on because I'm going to rub some of the leaves onto the sign part of it as well. By the way, these rub-ons worked amazing. They're really, really good. So I've had problems in the past sometimes with some Dollar Tree rub-ons, but these were, yeah. Maybe they're stepping it up. I don't know. And then after this, all I have to do is really glue on my tassel. And so I just triple knotted on the end, and then I put hot glue on it so that when I snip, I'm going to snip it and it's already hot glue closed like the jute, and then just glued that on. Then the last step was I decided to unwind the jute twine that's on my tassel, and so I get a nice fray. There you go. Boop. And that's it. That's all my tier tray stuff. I hope you guys totally love it. Tell me which thing is your favorite. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to go watch the rest of the playlist, you guys. I love you, besties. And if you're new here, please consider sticking around and joining my besties, becoming a subscriber. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really does help. And leave me a comment. I want to know which one is your favorite. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching.